Hi retailers, we're back on day 9 today of the Federation's 12 Days of Christmas. We're nearly at the end. We're back with a brilliant video again, this time with NISA and one of their retailers, Amit Puntambekar. We've got a video on food, which is again absolutely massive. Some great tips here in the next section, so make sure you listen to what they're saying, take it on board and enjoy. So Amit and Ayaz, welcome to the Fed Talks. Of course, it's the first time for both of you. So can we start, Amit, by learning a bit about your store, and then Ayaz, can you tell us a bit about your role at NISA, what you do?
Hi everyone, I'm Amit Puntambekar. I'm a NISA retailer based in Cambridgeshire. Our shop location is in a small village just off of central Cambridge. The family have been in retail since the late 80s, and I've joined around 5 years ago. We did quite a big refit at the latter part of 2019, going into the COVID period. So business has really gone strength from strength. I've put my little vision into the business, and over the last couple of years, we've won quite a few awards. So it's a testament to my team, more than me, I think. Fantastic.
And Ayaz?
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity of talking to you today. I'm quite excited on what we're going to talk about. So my name's Ayaz. I'm the commercial director here at NISA. I've been at NISA since the co-op acquired the business in 2018. So I've been there through the thick and thin of kind of the acquisition and everything that's gone between then and now. So got some really good perspective on what our partners have had to work through along with us to get to where we are today. Prior to being at NISA, I worked for one of the multiples for 20 years. So my background is retail. I'm a retailer at heart, and I've always worked in commercial and buying. So got some really good perspective on where the market is, what it's doing, how it's developed over the last few years, and more importantly, how those changes have affected our partners. So some good perspective looking forward to today.
So thank you guys, and I mean, it's crazy thinking about it, but it's Christmas time already. It's crazy, time's flying right now. But at this point in years in retail, food is one of the big categories that we need to be talking about. So Amit, do you want to start off by telling us what's important to you in this area?
Yeah, so I mean, for us, Christmas, I mean, our business isn't overly event driven, but Christmas again, for us, and I'm guessing most of retail, you know, as a space, it's just huge. It's one of the biggest uplift opportunities of the year. So, you know, especially when we're talking about food, you know, it's that time of year where everyone is willing to indulge. They want to spend a bit of extra money, and, you know, they want to enjoy themselves. They've had a hard year. People want to treat themselves. So, you know, especially in the fresh categories, we do see a major uplift. And I think since, you know, Co-op have come on board with their supply chain, we've definitely kind of been more of a destination, because our offering is more, you know, of a multiple than, you know, what we had previously before.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, if I'm thinking about Christmas and how we approach it in terms of proposition, we see a definite step change in proposition moving to more of a premium. And that's exactly what you said earlier on. So when I'm thinking about it, I kind of put it into two buckets. There's the kind of festive treats and impulse part of our business, with areas such as the obvious areas such as seasonal confect and biscuits, which clearly take a huge step on from this time of the year all the way through to the first week of January. Then you've got the obvious one-off lines that come in at this time of the year as well, such as mince pies. You've got seasonal confect again in terms of the bigger packs that really start to come into their own. So these are the kind of traditional areas that we always do really well in and that our partners continue to enjoy. Then there's the obvious category of BWS. It's probably the biggest time of the year for beers, wines and spirits. And when we see a slight step change in our proposition and what customers are buying at this time of the year, during the summer it's focused around ciders, beers and lagers. But as it gets to the end of the year, we start to see sparkling wines, we start to see more premium wines, and we obviously see the likes of champagne for New Year pick up. So the proposition, how that's displayed, how we look to do it through our offers and our deals clearly becomes a lot more important, and more important for our partners. So we do step change the proposition when it comes to that. Similarly, soft drinks starts to pick up when we see that as a company to BWS. So the overall drinks category sees a real boost. And as Amit, I think, brilliantly articulated, people want to treat themselves. Yeah. Particularly this year, it's been a tough year for customers. and they're looking to really make a big deal out of Christmas, similar to last year, but I think they've got more perspective with lockdowns and restrictions and supply chain problems. Everybody's looking forward to a really good Christmas from a customer perspective. So it's important that we're there to provide that proposition. So when you look at that, there's also the second element for me, which is kind of just the BAU part of business. Convenience stores and our partner stores, as Amit's store is mentioned in Cambridge, is part of the community. And what's really important is that we're there to provide distress purchases, things you may not have bought in the main shop, you may have done somewhere else. So some of those categories like household, health and beauty, some of the core ambient food areas, they do really, really well for us, as well as people are spending more time at home with bigger groups of families there. They want these products there. You know, the amount of times we've all been at places and somebody's gone, oh my goodness, I've forgotten this product. They don't go to a big offsite that's, 100,000 square foot and 5 miles away. They go to somewhere that's close by in a local community, and that's where we can pick up a lot of distress purchase as well on top up. So that's going to be a real focus for us, as well as, and Amit mentioned it earlier on, one of the great things that our nicer partners can get hold of that a lot of others can't is we have access to the Co-op Fresh proposition in its totality, whether that be produce, whether that be protein, or whether that be the ready meals or meal for tonight proposition. Our partners can get hold of that and can offer that out to their customers. And within there, you've got good, better, best, as well as, the key one that Amit talked about was treating themselves. Irresistible plays a significant part of our brand tiering and own label that really does well at Christmas. So, that's the thing that we're talking to our partners about. Fresh food, core fresh, meal for tonight, and food to go, real areas of focus for us. The last thing I'd mention is people also dial into our frozen food proposition at that time of the year, because they're spending more time at home and they want longer date code on products. The best way to fix that with a value proposition is frozen. So some real areas for focus for us to get after outside of the core Christmas proposition.
Brilliant, Ayaz. So Ayaz, Amit, that wraps us up today. Thank you so much, first of all, for joining. It's been really insightful for the retailers watching this. Can we just finish off, Amit? I guess there's going to be hundreds of retailers watching this video down the UK. What one bit of advice would you give to these guys about the festive period? What would you say to them?
Invest in brands this year. That's what I'm going to say. When it comes to Christmas time, I mentioned the word indulge. Nothing resonates more than those strong branding elements. We've really pushed hard on kind of like well-known confectionery, something sometimes a bit more niche areas. Like Guinness truffles. Try and utilize those blue chip brands that everybody knows, everybody associates, a certain level of quality with. And people will pay 5, 6, 8, 10, 15, 20 pounds. It's such an easy uplift.
Fantastic, great feedback. So again, thanks for joining, guys. Have a great festive period and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, guys. Thanks. Well, there you have it, another great video. The knowledge from Ayaz and Amit, who was an absolutely amazing retailer, was second to none there, absolutely amazing. So make sure you listen and take on board what they said, because what they shared can really, really help you take advantage of the Christmas opportunity. Share this with some fellow retailers. Again, it's important that we get this info out there and help the retail community really do more of this winter. And yeah, thanks again, guys. And we're back again tomorrow for, I believe, day number 10, which is gifting with pay points on their Love to Shop proposition. So I'll see you there tomorrow. Thank you.